You're live. There we go. Okay, now get you over there. Get me over here. All right. I want to make one thing very clear before we start. I'm not here for you, and I didn't come back for me. I came back for these characters. They've gone through enough. I will not have them grow up in a broken stream home. I'm still very mad at everybody. You hurt me and just expected me, what, to pick up the pieces? We're back for the kids. We're keeping it together for the kids. We're back playing more Ace Attorney Investigations Collection or Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth Investigations. I always forget what the actual name is of the first game. New items unlocked in the gallery. Cool, but every time I open the gallery, it says, don't open this, there might be spoilers. So I've been real good. I don't know what I do to deserve such pain, such vitriol. I don't know what I did to deserve this. Last time hurt a lot. But we finished the 4th case, and we're beginning the final case of Ace Attorney Investigations 1. We'll then be resuming our Halloween spooky season. Maybe if we're really good, if we hit the imaginary donation goal in my head, here at thethirdbill.com, pick up merch, donate there. Donate, join, become a member. All that money goes back into the channels, pays for games, pays off equipment, and helps Bill pay his bills. Maybe if we're good, I'll tell you. The members already know what the next game is when we return to spooky season, but I'm not under the impression we're gonna get this case done in one stream. But my goal is to get over halfway so we can enjoy the finale and give some thoughts on Monday. But yeah, we finished case 4, Turnabout Reminisce, which hurt a lot, and it's been a weirdly sad week. That kind of made me inconsolable for a little while. But yeah, I'm back, and again, it's not for you and it's not for me. But yeah, make some noise, like, subscribe, share, leave comments, especially if you want me to do the rest of Ace Attorney. We've got Ace Attorney Investigations 2, obviously, because I have the collection. I almost said Great Mouse Detective. That's not right. Great Attorney Chronicles and Apollo Justice. And who knows, maybe by the time all that's done, there'll be another one. But if you want more, let me know. Best way to know is analytics, viewing, watching, sharing, commenting, donating, becoming a member, all that stuff. That would be how. Yeah. Sorry that the main channel hasn't been crazy active lately. It's been hard to pick stuff, and I'm working on some bigger videos that'll hopefully be done in time for the end of the year. I've just been sad. It's been a sad time. But let's bring it back. Spooky season, the Halloween season is it has been my favorite time of year, and then after my grandpa's passing a week before Halloween, it's kind of become significantly harder. And sometimes I dive into the horror stuff and the macabre, and I'm like, oh boy, creepy things. And other times I'm like, I'm so sad and miserable. Not even the spooky can save me. But we'll see how it goes. No expectations on me. But yeah, once we finish once we finish this one, we're going to take, I guess, a break. But once we finish this game, which will be on Monday, we will go back to spooky season. Big plans. Yeah. I guess there might be some, I don't know how Tokyo Game Show is going to go down at the end of the month, but I guess there might be a state of play or something next week. So consider joining to become a member to hang out while we do those. Those are usually our members-only streams when we do the trailer announcements and all that nonsense. Choose you too. Thank you for the 5. Sorry to hear about the sad times. I hope the near future are happy times for you, and you get a few good laughs in this stream. I hope so too. Thank you. No worries. I like to talk about it because, like I said, it got really emotional for me last time. And I've just been kind of sad lately, so I'm just kind of want to get ahead of it. It's not my favorite thing to conceal it. I'd rather not downplay, but like aggressively summarize a feeling than I've been working on letting people know what's going on as opposed to just displaying sadness when I choose to in the hopes that people pick up on it. It's not healthy, you know. Nothing's wrong with just being like, I'm sad today, you know. Nothing's wrong with just letting people know. And if people have a problem with that, then they're not good people to be around. Whew. All right, I'm ready. Yes, resume play. Don't do that to me. Turnabout, ablaze it. Remember to donate, join, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Main channel too. All right, let's go. Turnabout, ablaze it, gamers. I'm scared because, like, there's no way they're not gonna have a callback to the Swiss rolls and stuff. Hello? Good job, you discovered fire. 2 cards, both alike in dignity. One of the Black Raven and one of the White Raven. I prefer the gray. Country torn in 2. One to the west and one to the east. This is Spy X Family? What's happening? When those which were split are made whole again. Are we preventing civil war? What's happening? The truth will reveal itself. Why was Edgeworth in short sleeves? Or was he just narrating? It's the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu's here. Kaka, Kiki. Oh my god. At least Edgeworth's safe. You, accursed Yatagarasu. K. Wait, what? No. 8 hours earlier. She's not going to betray us, right? I put her in the thumbnail. She's grounded from thumbnails if she betrays us. March 14th. Oh. Still not my birthday. Do you know when my birthday is, chat? You should. Parasosh. Parasosh. No, it's okay. You don't need to know. It's out there, but you don't need to know. I love his little chibi boy drinking his tea. It's so nice, almost dreamlike, to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. Oh yeah, we've also technically been in a flashback this whole game until, I'm presuming, now. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewaterland theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office. Smash. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Hopefully this is the last one for a while. Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, damn it. Mr. Edgeworth! This is big. Big, I tell you. Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. What are you talking about, fragile dreams? In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. Come on, let's go. The fake Yatagarasu isn't going to find herself, you know. Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Say what? Oh, yeah. Okay. It's right. I assumed it was going to connect. Okay. I thought that'd be like a henchman or something. Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one. Okay. See what I did there? What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep talking to me right now? Anyway, I got something much more important that I want you to see. Oh, and that is my Egyptian god cards. Take a look at this. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. Edgeworth has no secrets. That's quite a bold declaration to send an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The date the card mentions is today. The heart of the cards is today. Today, huh? Come on, we gotta hurry. The embassy awaits. I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today? All right, no more animation for you. I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get too wound up too. Because this might be our chance to catch that woman. You mean Miss You? The woman who killed Kay's father, Bjorn Faraday, 7 years ago. Would. That's not how you're supposed to point in a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. She makes me so mad, the phony. Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card till a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasus paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome. The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article, it looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue that woman's involved, then nothing is. I'm gonna challenge her to a duel, takes off her gloves. Or puts on her gloves and gets some star chips ready. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, out the door you go. Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes? No reason at all. Local attorney Phoenix Wright wins pie eating contest. And he's like, this is what he's doing while I'm gone. And you see Maya and Pearl are like, yay. No one said my fanfic is good, okay? There are also technically pitches if any animes want to hire me, or video games to hire me to write your Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney next game. My contact info is in the About tab. Very well. Seeing as how Miss You is also someone of a special nature to me, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this. I knew you'd come around. March 14th, 5 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis. By the light of this night's glorious moon, we are ready. Ready? Oh my god. The pink princess, really? Oh shit. And this is where our tale begins. Does Maya get royalties for Pink Princess? Also, I feel like the creator should be in jail. Oh my god. We're at an anime convention. Huh, what a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy? Right, that's why we're here. I got you, baby. That's his secret he doesn't want to be exposed to the world. His love of... he has a giant figurine. It's not secret. Foreign embassy. Yeah, the climax was really awesome. Steel Samurai, Sushi Slash. I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out. Steel Samurai. How about an S for Save Our Skins? That was for you. You're welcome. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. Nothing beats the intimacy of live theater. I have to say, though, this embassy's set up kind of funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the two countries. And everyone respects that at the end. Right? World peace. Chat, world peace. Links in the description. Should you use some, you don't need them. So let me get this straight. And then let me get this gay. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the two countries. The one that's called the Kingdom of... Oh. Allebahst? Allebahst? Allebahst. 2 L's. Allebahst. Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Anime is universal. Animation is universal. Pay them properly. Let's save the rant. We're here for the anime. But support the Animation Guild negotiations in favor of the workers and animators. Poggers, let's go, fair pay. It would appear that Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way, but you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. Isn't he dead? Yeah, the Nickel Samurai killed the Jammin' Ninja. Kiddo. Did they replace his ass? Yo. Where are my unions at? The Jammin' Ninja. The Republic of Babal is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. Ooh woo tee hee. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin' Ninja show's gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. You know, ever since I first met this ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that she was one of those Jammin' Ninja girlies. That what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja. Both? You could be a ninja thief. Chat, are ninjas allowed to steal? I want to steal. So anyway, about today's events. What's it called again? The Kingdom of Allebahst versus the Republic of Babal. Babel. Goodwill Jubilee. It's concise. I like it. Drop the small European countries of the Kingdom of Allebahst and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature, and it was called the Principality of Codopia. Shouldn't they have taught you this in social studies? Huh? Is everything all right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I'm all right. Moving on. You okay? After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, though signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Codopia, huh? The Kajate incident, and what was referred to as the second Kajate incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Codopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean? Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something. Oh, excuse me. What were we talking about again? World peace? Again, if you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Allebahst versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other, but supposedly they've been trying real hard to make up recently. Yay, peace. I like this universe more. That's why they decided to hold this event. And once a year, all crime, including murder, is legal. It's called the Purge. If that's the case, then why the verses? Also, both countries claim to own the real Primidux statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal. Okay, need I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires? Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that. She'd better be saying that in jest. Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you. I tell you. I know. Although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place. Once I get to the merch stand, the exclusive. Oh my God! Lotta's here! Hey, where in tarnation are they? Come on, Big Scoop! Hey, mister, out of the way! Yeah, I'm talking to you! I'm crouching here! I seem to remember this woman from somewhere, yet my instincts are directing me to not engage in conversation with her. Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone. Oh. That's a cute cameo, but F in the chat for a lot of heart being a part of this. There's a flat panel, a tape deck, and a row of Steel Samurai videos on this table. I suppose it's so visitors can watch an episode or two at their leisure. I guess it really is just that popular, huh? Wow. What a utopian future where media doesn't get vanished. Physical media still exists. Shows aren't gone in exchange for tax write-offs. Yes, although I never thought I would see it reach this level of popularity. I wonder why they decided to call on the Steel Samurai for an event like this. I mean, it's like they intended to cut the two countries apart with the samurai sword instead. Wouldn't that go against the whole point of this event? What's with the one fingerless glove? I gotta talk to people. This sucks. Hi. And we're here reporting live from the Theatrum Neutralis. As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm. Let's see what this member of the audience has to say. Well, okay. All right, that was good. Let's do one more run through. Excuse me, but when you are ready to film for real, would you mind giving me a call? I sense that you didn't hear a single word I just said. This is going on his Tumblr. This is the perfect angle. Da-ding. Go, my image. Travel across the wave world and onto every TV set around the globe. A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambitions better. Neat. Is there something I'm supposed to do, or do I just talk to everybody? Hi. You know, I've seen a lot of these shows in a bunch of places, but today's show, it was like they went for a... Oh my God. Yeah, and that last one, the C-set... You know, I heard the creator of Pink Princess is a piece of garbage. The Pink Princess is a bad hip. Seriously? Why did that go so fast? Are they just talking fast? I didn't get a chance to read any of it. Is there something I can help you with? I was wondering what is beyond these doors. It's the Allebahst embassy. Now, unless you have some business with the embassy, I suppose I can't really claim to have any business with the embassy right now. Well, you don't have to be so rude about it, Mr. Guard. Humph. What am I supposed to do? Just... How do you do, small child? No, the child is watching. Go, go! Keep on fighting until your last breath! Go, my hero, the Steel Samurai! Completely absorbed in singing the theme song, I see. I'll let the child watch in peace. Yeah, I was gonna leave him be too. Okay, that's good. All right, now give me a dramatic slam right there. Stop, stop. Hey, do you mind? Get out of the way, buddy. Okay, once more. 3, 2. Okay, was that my fault just now? Well, he's obviously working. Guess we should leave him alone. Oh, there are pamphlets about the two embassies here on this table. Oh, good, a map. That's not going to come up later at all. It still looks weird to me. The country split into two a few years back, and they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since. Oh? I guess because they don't have the money to build two separate ones, huh? I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. Suppose I'll just have to help myself to one of these. I'm a slut for maps and pamphlets. Hooray, something happened, thank you. Huh? What is all the hubbub? Ah! Hey, look, it's the Steel Samurai. And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him. The Samurai Spear's still busted, huh? Wait. Oh my God. Get out of my way! Get out of my way! Big fan! May I speak with you for a second? It's the Steel Samurai. Does like costume character waves. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for? Please, excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before. Oh, to Mr. Edgeworth, Steel Samurai Daddy. Oh, that's what they call him now? I thought he was calling Edgeworth a Steel Samurai Daddy. Married man of Neo Old Tokyo? This revival sucks. Looks like he's writing something down for you. To Edgeworth from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo. Nailed it. Wow, an autograph. Pretty cool you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Wait, how do you know my name? Wait, how do you know my name? Because I'm just that handsome and famous? And tall and broad? With the perfect hands? How do you know my name? Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba is waiting for you. And now, the Steel Samurai will proceed into the kingdom of Allebahst to shake the hand of the ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador from our own country as well. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world. Yeah, we don't have Santa Claus here, so the Steel Samurai just gives us stuff. He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he? Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera. In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He is set to meet with the ambassador of Babal at that time. The Jammin' Ninja show's about to start. We've got to get back to our seats. Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas. Well, this show will change your mind. I don't need you to respect me, I respect me. I don't need you to love me, I love me. Come on, we have to hurry. It's the same picture with the little guys. If we miss even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you. Suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay? That was ass. I could listen to that A Ninja Marked for Death's lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. It'd be a shame if you couldn't see it. Look straight into the camera. And his heart-wrenching voice. Now that's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon. Those pieces of Jammin' Ninja merchandise over there, I've got to have them. I especially want the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. Damn. They're exactly like the ones the heroine, Princess Masola, wears in her hair. Anyway. Hope you brought your own money. Please, no. Please, no. Please, no. Anyway. Hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? You're thinking of going home, aren't you? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely it was simply a prank. No way, I just know the Yatagarasu will show. But I thought you said the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards. Yeah, I did, but I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase. But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card. A genuine fake? Well, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now? We've got a problem. Was it a lot of practice to run and salute in sync like that? The Yatagarasu has been spotted in Allebahst. What? You heard that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony. K. Faraday, away! Hey, what gives? I'm sorry, but I'll need to search you before you may enter. What the? Hey, the Steel Samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. If you don't mind, if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony's gonna escape. Man, there's no ponies in there. Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through Babal and climb over the wall into Allebahst.
Hold it!
Don't say that so loud. Now I'm complicit. You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Are you listening to me? K Faraday and I'm coming... What? K Faraday and I'm coming through. What? Yes, and welcome. Someone stop her. Anyone. Objection. I physically object. Kay, where are you? This little chibi sprite, look it up. It's very dashing. Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence. Ah. Fire! This is too big for us to handle. Looks like the Yatagarasu came to Babal, too. Oh, okay, I thought you betrayed us. You accursed Yatagarasu. Kay, you'd better be alright wherever you are. Oh, thank God. Also wood. Also gummy. Also a space needle. Wow, this game has everything. Oh my God, we're standing in the room with the dead guy. I told you it wasn't me.
Hold
it. Stairs. Is that a space needle over there? Kay, are you all right? Do I look all right to you? Now, can you do something about this woman? If it was a man, I'd be able to help. Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of this? Sigh. Well, sir, it's, this. I feel like that guard was gonna surrender over there. It wasn't me. He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage. A suspicious person? A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they might be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then I lost sight of them. But I just know that person's the one who did it. Oh shit, what voice did I give her? What are you so worked up over? There is no reason for you to be this loud. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary? Sheena, I believe your name is, correct? And if you're making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime? Is that also correct? What? You refuse to answer? I don't need to answer. Da-ding. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority. Hey, pal, just what the heck does what the heck does what you what the heck? Just what the heck does what you just said mean? Just what the heck does what you just said mean? That's pretty on par, actually. That's the gummiest thing to have ever gummied, besides giving a sad child a Swiss roll and saving the day. Winning over our hearts and teaching Pearl how to make ramen. Just what the heck does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction, and seeing as how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like, eh? Unfortunately, Detective, embassies are a different matter. Huh? They use Embassy Edgeworth for this. This office is considered to be part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything that happens in here stays in here. Which means that anything that happens in here, and trying to cheer up Pearl by giving her a gun, yeah, defaults to the control of the Babalese government and Babalese law, giving them exclusive I almost said extraterrestrial, extraterritorial rights. He gets me. Extraterrestrial rights? Sir, do you really believe that the truth is out there, eh? Sigh. Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation. No way, sir.
Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home.
Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, you're not Mr. Edgeworth. In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Yay, Franny and that dude. Eek. Edgeworth family assemble. We did it. Edgeworth family assemble. Ambassador Palaeno. Ambassador Palaeno, I truly appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation. Ah, Christ.
Oh, it's really nothing. Bonnie was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it around so quickly.
Franziska, well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct... Already? What is it? Ambassador Palaeno.
And you?
I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant. Do we get to be Miss Von Karma? That'd be fun. Be Franziska. Assistant? Miles, what the heck do you think you're... Please, I implore you, Ambassador Palaeno.
I'll be coming in to you, Miss Von Karma.
What did you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice, do I, detective? If I don't become Franziska's assistant, I can't participate in the investigation. There you go again, running at the mouth with that aloof expression on your face. Yes, if there's one way I would describe Edgeworth, it's carefree and aloof. He's so laid back. I wish you would be more serious sometimes. Franziska, please. I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I do know one thing, that you are now my subordinate. We shall rename the title of this game immediately. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you should you have a brain lapse. Of course, I'll keep that in mind.
If you're done playing games.
Right, let's begin the investigation. Y'all ready to investigate? By the way, detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here? Well, better late than never, I guess. I was placed on guard duty for the Babali's embassy today. And why are our police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the card they got from the Yatagarasu. Ma'am, can you please release my child, my daughter? They called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years, it was more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. Looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. You know I'm sensitive about that. Miles, look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands. But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even instant noodles anymore. I've grown quite accustomed to the ones shaped in fun little arrangements, like stars. Gumshoe, that's soup. Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on display in this rack, sir. Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately. I guess the handles all got burned off by the fire.
Oh, so maybe the knives have it on fire.
Ambassador Palaeno, are these knives yours?
Well, yes, they are. They're a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of the bar. These bonafide knives, along with all our own selling knives, are categorized as 3 knives each.
But I
can't believe the bottom of these ones have been reduced to the state.
Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Palaeno, what is this notch here for?
Oh, that. What's the feature of these knives when used in Phoenix exchange the handles on them? So then we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course.
I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed? I'm worried that that's the killer, and if that's the case, his evil voice will change. How about that? I didn't think he'd be talking this much. I thought he would just be a guy. These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia, like the Space Needle. Can we get a W in chat for the Space Needle? That's where I'm from. It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babali's embassy. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir? Perhaps the Babalis are studying American culture and our tourism industry? They have plans to make the Babalis tourism industry truly flourish. And they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose. What's all this gas and breathing? What's wrong with me? Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babal, I can trade them for a few buffets. I'm hoping to get a Jimmy. Rip. Nah, we don't need to rip them. Pour out a cheeseburger or a margarita if you really want to, but it's not required. He's a pretty below mediocre dude, I think. And his musical sucked. Nibbling on sponge cake. So how do you expect to travel to Babal? Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir. And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babal if I have to. Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things? I'm gonna make some for Phoenix. This looks important.
Because it's national treasure, can I offer you a pin and touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the secretary.
Hold it!
But there's a possibility that it's related to the murder, wouldn't you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We could force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof.
That's amazing.
I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Primidux statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins. Oh, okay. Hi. Well, Edgeworth. What is it? Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate, and if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect. What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that'll really be necessary, Franziska. Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me. I thought Franziska was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at this embassy? Franziska's return. I was investigating at the Allebahst embassy when I got wind of this mess. Oh, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at the embassy as well. Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Instead, it flooded. I fear the elements are to blame, although there was an incident at the Allebahst embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Babali's embassy. God damn. So Agent Lang is here as well, huh? I see you've met. Well, he's in the Allebahst embassy acting as bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So, the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Do you not recognize her, Franziska? Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu? Kay would never harm a soul, sir. Kay? You remember, do you not? About the case we investigated together 7 years ago? It had a big impact on a certain pro gamer. That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday. Da-ding. So she's that feisty little girl. Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here, looking for the one who took her father's life. I see. Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all. How so? The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your tortilla secret. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs. It's a breach of contract, and it's going on the rap sheet. If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight. I do wonder, though, if Callisto U really is the Yatagarasu. She's here because of the secrets. Right? You're looking at me silly. Kiss! Kiss the bird. Yay! To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu is out to steal is in this very room? Dirty secret? Franziska, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Something tells me that this is no coincidence. In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babalese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation. I think I just might need to ask Franziska about her smuggling case in more depth. You guys don't chat in between cases? Your siblings. Franziska, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring? I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that? Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate, and this is what tipped us off. Oh my god, the Zodiac Killer became an anime. This accounting document? It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the Principality of Codopia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Allebahst and Babal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring. That's Franziska for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has. Codopian paper document, giant my organs. Thanks, C3PO. You've been a real pal. Oh, hey, yeah, let my daughter go. Kay, are you all right? Edgeworth, can you face her? You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right? Yes, of course I don't. And I promise to prove that it wasn't you. Then look at me, Papa. No, we can't be seen communicating because I'm not getting arrested too. I've seen how this shit goes. Help, I think it was her. Of course I don't. I promise to prove that it wasn't you.
That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while you can.
No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true.
Go ahead and try then if you're that confident.
I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste. This looks kind of like a dick. Hey, it's another butterfly. I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Babal. Into the Mind Palace you go. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. Wakanda forever. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. I have a mustache hair going up. Is it caught in my nose ring? That's weird. I think we're good. That was weird. I feel good. That's all that matters. To protect our country. You may want to, Detective, however, I have yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it. Edgeworth, he's helped so much. He's such a good little guy. One safe, please. A small personal safe. This was Mr. Cochin's office, so perhaps he stored his most important documents in here. Or his Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Of course, it's locked. Appears we won't be able to open it without the key. Oh yeah, we should probably look at the body. Hey, look, the knife. So our victim was the Secretariat of the Embassy, I take it. Manny Cochin? Manny Cochin. I heard that he was an admirable person. Very, very admirable. He was alright. The cause of death is a stab at the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back. So, don't blame the victim. Especially this soon. They're still warm. We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle. So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire, Mysterious says the dark side of... What in the world happened inside this room? Note on Coachman's body, jotted down on my organizer. I won't rest till I've inspected every little thing. Okay. Well, here's the knife. Is this knife the murder weapon?
Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound. So, 50-50.
I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy at me, too. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy. But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. She's not one of those dragonfly girlies. Knife data jot down. Why are dragonflies everywhere? Like when you go to like Bed Bath & Beyond or like kitschy, like decorum stores, there's like dragonflies everywhere. Does that mean something? Was that movie that good? Anyway, key in his pocket. There appears to be something in his pocket. Or he's happy to see me. Sir, he's dead. This key, it can't be. Secret knife. Isn't this the Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago? What? But that's... Huh? 7 years... Oh... You mean that Kase where I was framed, sir, remember? And you docked me in pay and you said you would undo it, remember? And I saved your life? Yes, it's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. Which was then stolen by Callisto U. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife. Yeah. Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of crimes you are a suspect in. But that's like 20 crimes. That's so many details. Franziska, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew the key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. I feel like the victim right now all trampled on, sir. Suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Oh, I wonder, oop. What's in the wonder key? Who knows what surprises the wonder key may hide? Your own Nestle's chocolate with, a blade inside. Oh ho, that's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick. Yatagarasu key jotted down. There's no blood on it? Oh my god. I knew it. This is the exact same piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade. It haunts my nightmares. I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? Yes. Although it's called TikTok now. It looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vines, sirs? I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. No one asked you. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police mark on our IDs. See? Gumshoe, that's 5 points. And that's a pentagram. This is witchcraft. This isn't the right star. I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement. You know what? I hope Gumshoe's the one who cracks this case. Y'all are being mean to him. The real question is, why was the Babalese embassy secretariat holding this? Well, we don't know Mr. Cochin came to possess. We don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key. We do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kodopian embassy. That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer, I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Kodopia. Why don't you ask Ambassador Palaeno about what he knows? Supposedly he was a candidate to be the next Kodopian ambassador once long ago. Sus, you should be able to answer any specific questions you may have. So, why'd you kill him? Mr. Next in line to the throne? Is that it? His leg? This man, where do I know him from? We said that already. Well. Ironically, the fireplace was the only thing that didn't catch on fire. Actually, that's not true. From the sprinklers. I'm like, there's water everywhere. Hi.
I can't believe that my family lives did that. Without him, I never do my schedule for tonight.
Ambassador Palaeno, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that. Oh, and answering my questions. Shit. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well.
You're a strong man, aren't you?
I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Now I remember the Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry. They got all the Disney parks over there. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased, Manny Cochin. The map on the back of our Declaration of Independence. I'm sorry, but did you say printing?
Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, we have a printing press here in our embassy.
You only have one printing press in your whole country? I see. Please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before.
Oh, good. Since you all have the legal profession, I suppose you must have. After all, Manny was involved in the Kajade incident.
The Kajade incident?
The defendant who was not innocent that time was mine.
Shadow over the Amato group? So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case.
It's been 10 years. 10 years old. Manny was total person for that time, and I was his escort for the job. He was the only one playing the ball, so he was
Shit, I didn't think we'd be talking to him this much. What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations? No, shit. No longer with us. Ambassador Palaeno, I was wondering if I may ask you about Codopia. First, I'd like to ask you about this key. I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? Objection. Say that again. You're talking too slow. And how did you come to that conclusion? Ambassador Palaeno, this key was stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago by Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu. You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at that time? Mr. Cochin and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago, but that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present.
Present?
No, not that present. Present? No, not that present. butterfly and the motif on the knife handle, because they're both butterflies. Hooray, they kiss. The design of the knife's handle, it greatly resembles the special Babalese species of butterfly. It does, doesn't it? Plus, it says right here, this is the butterfly of the Babalese nation. This knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means the knife used in this crime was found right in this room? Oh, what if the key opens the lock? Man, I'm making them kiss real good. We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket, which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office. Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out. It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket, it literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. Gumshoe did it. Shit. What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir? No, detective. I believe all we need is a closer look. I won't run on inspector. Okay. I'm gonna inspect your crannies. Dos papels, please. What is this here? It looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hope you're right. It won't budge an inch. Oh, hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Shit. Not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck in the inside of a safe before. Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's you and your hands. Look at your hands. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to the safe is that it has... Oh, compartments. I was like, a false back? Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of this safe. In other words, the safe is the second compartment. What? I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there's a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? Can you get on the floor and walk the dinosaur in the safe? As you can see, we can't. As you can see, there's no other lock or keyhole in sight. Actually, it's Frankenstein's safe. There is one more spot of interest to me on the safe. Oh, yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock. The safe and its locks. All right, then. Since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer. Well, I thought it would be these holes, but now I guess it's just the keyhole keeps going, right? Objection! This safe opens backwards. Bill. You open it with punches. Right? It's just the keyhole again. Yeah. Is it? I think so too. Wait. The key isn't in my evidence? Oh, I guess it is. It's just the knife. I got tricked. Help!
It's a profile.
It never once told me that the knife was also a key, to be fair. Not once. Doesn't the shape of this keel remind you of something, Franziska? The shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole. You're a latch hole. For the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more. Is that so? The person who used this safe... Mr. Cochin? Why am I yawning so much? Am I okay? Made sure the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? I did. Okay, hear me out. It's a double-sided safe because on the other side of this wall is the other embassy office. They literally split it down the middle. Technically it's not the safe. It's a Frankenstein safe. You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of this safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. Da-ding. And I will prove it to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it. Why are we arguing? Just try it. It takes 2 seconds, and if you're wrong, we try something else. The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this better be a very bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of the safe. Oh my god, we know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key. Please, guys, can we just try it? And if it doesn't work, we'll move on to a different idea. Oy vey. Those are some stressed siblings. Eat your Swiss roll, Fran. We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and with it, we were able to corner Miss U. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time? No, the button. Edgeworth, the button. Sweetie, Edgeworth, honey. Shit. Am I supposed to touch a different part of it? The blade? Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Koja's safe at the Cadopian Embassy. We confirmed the fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now, let's take a look at the back end of this key. Look. Oh, the knife is the key. It wouldn't let me switch it. Cute. Okay, cool. That's cool. I wish we had just said that instead of repeating ourselves so much, because now it all feels the same. Looking at the knife portion head on. What do you see? What? He's gonna prank her. Looked right down the knife and tell me what you see. Ah! Made you flinch. What are you talking? Ah. It appears you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. Where? Let me see. Ow! Gumshoe, no. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous. Because it looks like a... God damn it. Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago. You fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance. Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe. Ow! Oh, first I stabbed myself in the eye with the key that looks like a knife, but it's also a key. Then I'm getting whipped. Yes, sir. Opening it now, sir. Oh my gosh, it's a collectible dinner plate from McDonald's from the 90s. These items, it's a bunch of funny shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art. You're in the way. Move, Scruffy. I didn't think I was in the way. Gumshoe. Oh, he doesn't get paid enough for this. Gumshoe's a good puppy name. Yeah. Oh, Gumshoe. It's a good puppy name. Little Gummy. Maybe he should get a raise every time you guys are mean to him. Yeah. I didn't think I was in the way. These pieces of art, they're identical to ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world. He stole the Space Needle? Dun, dun, dun. I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. But will you rest until you have checked every nook and cranny? These are pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one. Eek! Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. He's gonna get gloves. Why, do you have any idea what would happen to you? What would happen to you if one of them were to break? Is it just me, or did you just hit one of the pieces of art just now? This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir. Why don't we take a look at it before we give up? The third. What did Capcom mean by this? They're like in love with me. Mr. Cochin's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. Am I supposed to deduce something in here? Am I supposed to deduce that the paper document is related to that other? It could have just... They couldn't figure this out? Is the spot somehow connected to the evidence that I hold? I thought that's what we did when we saw them side by side. By side. Take a good look at these documents, Franziska. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3? Oh my god! Well, it certainly looks that way. By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer, and it seems that you have now found what you were looking for. Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Bobbley's ink. Bobbley's ink? Bobbley's nuts. Laugh chat. Clap. Clap. Bobbley's ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only limited volume is ever exported. And that reason is the economy. That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin. His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation. But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon, Tsunami, with my whip of justice. Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. Franziska, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect of the Kajade incident. Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is the matter of what really happened to that case that needs to be resolved. She's still being held.
Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl's the only one it could be?
No!
Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu. K. Faraday. You were under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin.
Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here, and he was already...
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well. I suppose I have no choice but to duel you. I'll show you just how fool...
Oh, yep, we're gonna duel. No, it can't be. Exodia!
Virus K. Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babali's embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
You were here.
What?
Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu?
Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu.
She's 17. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu.
Imposter or not, it matters not. Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu.
Neither of those things rhymed. I just want you to know that. You can't rhyme the word with the same word. Very well. Then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin.
Go ahead and try. Show me that the prosecutors of this country are what the prosecutors of this country are made of. Draw your last pathetic piece of evidence from your organizer, Miles Edgeworth.
My grandfather's organizer has no pathetic cards, but it does have...
Even your police get from the Yatagarasu.
Press or present. Okay. confirmed the Yatagarasu infiltrated the bubbly's embassy tonight, utilizing confusion caused by the fire. The Yatagarasu snuck into the embassy. No? Furthermore, the girl claims to be the embassy. Importantly, other than there's no one else in here with the body.
Hold it!
I feel like the Yatagarasu was here before the fire. The confusion caused by the fire? Are you saying that the Yatagarasu is not the arsonist who started the fire? Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, something something, pee pee poo poo, everything is fun. That's the Parks and Rec version. You're welcome, everybody.
A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire. It was always burned.
It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Oh my god, Edgeworth, everyone's like taking a step backwards because he believes in ghosts, except for Gumshoe. Seems like we have a phantom in our midst. Just a phantom. Yeah. In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears.
Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu.
Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she's a killer.
No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will kill you. I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Coachman for the key.
I see. The logic is very sound. Is it? I expect nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, the statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need.
She wanted to steal documents so she could kill Mr. Coachman for the key.
Except no one knew that this was a key? It is also a knife. She wanted the autograph? Yeah, I'm going to say...
Objection!
Hell yeah. Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic.
Oh?
Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Coachen's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. Would, by the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked. It's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Coachin had the key on him.
It was sticking out of his pants clear as day. If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had known that fact.
Reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in.
Da-ding. That bear is staring right at her butt.
Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key.
Eh.
But the fact still remains that Mr. Coachin was stabbed to death.
We don't know that he's dead. Let me see the coroner's report. He's dead. But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes.
What? I'm out. Don't know you that well. What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her behind bars.
Shit.
The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument.
That is your definitive evidence?
You see that she's definitely the killer, right?
No, Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta believe me. I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear. And you came in here because you were chasing this suspicious person? That's right. I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. Oh my god. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah! Who's there?
this is. I came to this room upon hearing the girl's scream, and when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon?
I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it.
But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me...
You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? What, you think there's a window in here? Huh?
That, I don't know. But I know they came in here.
It was pitch black. You couldn't have seen anything. Like the person who really did the killing standing behind you and restraining you? Huh? That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
Nah, she has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't. Kay? Don't worry. Daddy's cooking. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can.
Don't worry, I can and I will.
Damn, I only get so much screen time and you're gonna cover my face like that? The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding.
Press or present. Nice. I thought so, because I feel like... Oh, would it be the fingerprints line about the handle, or was that just talk?
No, you had it perfect.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, it's the specifics of the blade having the blood, but the handle not having the blood. Wait, really? Like, I got even the knife right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I thought there was a line later that they said about the handle and fingerprints, and I was like, did you check the other 3 fingerprints? Okay.
Objection!
Thank you. Well, all you did was reinforce my thought, so I appreciate that still. So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth?
What are you getting at?
I'd like for you to take a look at this. Every time I do, it makes me piss. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. That signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding, and its handle switched, and was in fact not the real murder weapon.
It wasn't the real... Oh, feck.
This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? I don't know how to, my knives don't do this at home. You just pinch the butterflies? Ooh, cool. As you can see, the Bobbly's knife has now been disassembled into 2 parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Cochin was killed with a butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicion surrounding Kay. Swapped in with the... Wait a minute. Yeah.
Your argument isn't airtight yet.
How so?
It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
What? Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care to know how a criminal thinks.
What? Okay.
The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself.
What's the opposite of a true crime, girly?
Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. That sounds like a threat, dude. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Cochin's killer. What? Because of the insignia?
What is this mark on here?
It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means.
It was a virginal knife? Not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar. Like that.
And so they do. However, will this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now, to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this. Because this has both insignias on it? I thought it would just be the insignia from the wall. The statue? Oh, the pamphlet. Because it's got the things on it? Yeah.
Take that!
I thought we had saved. This is where I get a little confused. The organizer isn't the same as the evidence. It's just things to kind of take note of. I thought we had gotten the mural off the wall. Oh my God. Whoa! How's that for dramatic effect? Good thing I wore a shirt today. Why do your shoulders look black? I fell into some tar, all right? I had a painting accident. It's a tattoo. I tattooed a shirt on me, okay? Did I think it was smart? Yes.
You can't be serious.
Huh. It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the kingdom of Allebahst. In other words, this blade is from one of Allebahst's ornamental knives.
Whoa.
This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babalese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again against Sheena? Again, Agent Sheena? I was confused. I was like, wait, she's alive.
After the fire had broken out?
That's right. Kay entered the Babalese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Allebahstian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported an Allebahstian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer.
Whoa.
Whoop! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What a great victory. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next. What is the meaning of this? An Allebahstian knife here? Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run? Now that's the way a great thief operates. Okay, can you not run away right now? I just proved you were innocent. Kind of put my neck out here for you. Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. 50-50. Not really, but come on. You don't have to be shy about it.
Your argument is still not airtight.
Would you care to elaborate?
I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu.
That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay?
Whether you're the real deal or fake, doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
But preposterous. On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing?
The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in fact is the most elegant proof.
Okay, well, there was a kid downstairs watching VHS tapes saying he's going to be the Steel Samurai, so I guess he's murdering people or stealing IP. Start with him. Miss Sheena. You know what? You're really crappy, Sheena. I wish there was another word for it. Instead of shitty. Thank you. Like, subscribe, donate, become a member. Yes, yes. I have no intention of taking back any of what I said.
Ding.
I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards. I will walk it the best I can.
It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. In jail.
Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you, too, as a token of my appreciation. Pocket sand! Those sunglasses totally don't do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay?
What? The lady at the mall said they really flattered my facial shape.
Well, guess we'd better get going. Going to where? To the kingdom of Allebahst. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Allebahstian knife came from. We'll have to pay... Fuck me. We'll have to pay the Allebahstian embassy a visit. It's hard to do those words and harder with voices. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. So yeah, we're like halfway done, right? Your eyes got really wide. Still not my birthday. It's way past my birthday. Oh, fuck. What was his voice? Count off! 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I. 1, 1. Shifu, 99 callouts, so all 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir. All right. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Second number 1 from my right. Sir, yes, sir. Yeah. See, chat, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. You can't remember my half birthday or my actual birthday. And look, it's Halloween colors. Those are some of my favorite colors. He remembers their birthdays. That actually really does hurt my feelings because I've never had a lot of people remember when my birthday is. Nor have I had anyone acknowledge me for holidays when it was like appropriate to do so when you're someone's like assistant or whatever. I have bad luck with presents and gifts and recognition and the like. So you know what? Poggers Agent Lang. Huh? Yep. Yeah. It's never too late to get me a birthday present. That's really sweet. Here, a birthday present for you. What? Shifu, I didn't know that you knew all of our birthdays. What a kind heart you have, Shifu. You are more of a man than we'll ever be, sir. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. Fuck. Okay, never mind. Yes, it is. Lang Shi says a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's brother's younger brother. Silly. Tell him I said hi and happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir. Holy shit, I didn't even know I had a younger brother. He 23'd me, my ass, sir. Ancestry? 23andMe is just your genes, right? Ancestries, where you find like long lost relatives. Yeah. Not sponsored. I forgot those are also brands. Shifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Shifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. Well, thanks for the reminder that he's a good guy. should probably leave them to their alone time. All right, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Dismissed.
Sir!
I am getting flashbacks to that, though. It was the holiday season had hit like a month and change after my grandpa passed, and I was working at a real estate company as a real estate assistant, and everyone else was like, "Oh, like my agent sent me like a gift card or took us out to dinner or whatever," and none of my agents said or sent anything, and it was like that, like, dad's not coming to the event feeling all over again. You know, it sucked. Oh, it sucked so much. In place of whose what? Cammy's teddy bear. Yes. Yes, 100%. Oh my god. Yes, that's totally great. I was trying to remember. I was like Cammy and teddy bear. Like, so I was like one of the children. Like, no, like please don't. No, that's fantastic. No, it's the thought that counts, and I wasn't thought of at all, and it hurts. It hurts my soul, especially because I had just done like several like $1 million listings, and I just get paid an hourly rate. So it wasn't like, oh, if this $1 million listing sells, I get a part of the commission. They get all the commission. I just get a paycheck. So I was like, yeah, no, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's tight. That's tight. It's $1 million home. I know how much your commission's going to be, and it's more than I'm going to make in the whole year. Anyway, didn't matter, because then I got laid off 4 months later. Haha. 2020 was fun. Y'all remember 2020? Sometimes it feels like it's still going on. Remember to register to vote. Be safe. Were you there the whole time? I got a call from Sheena, and she's already filled me in. Sounds like you're out to get my way again. I have absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the embassy. Huh. And what if I say no? Well, then I'll fight you. Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Allebahst has the strictest immigration regulations in the world, or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, about only half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen and we might spoil the soup, if you get what I mean. How dare you make such assumptions? Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge. Miss Von Karma. Gur, look, try to understand, okay? This thing over in Allebahst are a bit of a mess right now. What do you mean by a bit of a mess? No one told you life was going to be this way? We had an incident in Allebahst as well. A DL6, if you will, a SLA9. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, Wolfie, just let us in already. Phoenix, hello?
Is there a problem, Agent Lang?
Oh my god. Not really, just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation.
Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation.
This is my this voice. I'm trying to do the
I never made it without biting.
The turtle and the Tootsie Pops. You remember? He asked the turtle how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop, and he says, I never made it without biting. but then the owl's an asshole and eats that kid's candy. And it's like, what? I'm just supposed to be an asshole and have Tootsie Pops now?
It is all because I lack the strength to govern well.
Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador.
You weakling.
What? Queercus? This feels homophobic. Queercus? Quercus. Quercus. Quercus?
You weakling. Curse your frailty and inability to effect change in your country.
What are you?
The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang, and it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Lang.
There, you see? Oh, no way. It's actually a 1, a 2, who, a 3, crunch, 3. Fake fan. It's like you've never even watched one of my videos before. Bill, when have you ever?
Mr. Allebahst, please consider allowing me to
What's that?
and give your secretary as you mean the purpose of the episode. I have his pen and type with some glass and to put the listening. I know, but I hope you can talk to the truth, but it's about us.
All right, I get it. Even if you beg Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. All right, you hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in. Not so fast, my little crow girl. Oh, 'cause the raven? My little crow girl. You're still a witness in the Babel murder, so I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Babal. Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me. Yeah, yes, sir. Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better. Rasp. Hey, Kay, do you want to go start another fire? Yeah! Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? So I wanted to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she is? That's right. I haven't introduced the two of you yet. Franziska von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Oh, I knew it. You're the whip lady. You may address me as Miss von Karma. Miss von Karma, I leave the investigation of Allebahst in your hands. Thanks. Rest assured, I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Yatagarasu. Smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Franziska a bit more about them before I head into Allebahst. And I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Palaeno for all that he's done for me. Just have him talk to him automatically. Give me a grocery list of 2 things that... Oh, time to play. You've made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. Rip. There's no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. Shh. Please, this is a live performance. Sorry, chat, we have to start the whole thing over. Because it's it. I simply made deductions based on the smuggling item I was following. But you mean the Babalese ink, right? But why are these restrictions on the export of Babalese ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info. Franziska, as your subordinate, I'm a part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhengfa. Counterfeit bills? Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babal's special Babalese ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Babalese ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babal. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Koshin was smuggling large amounts of Babalese ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess, you still have to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink? Yes, and while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile, since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Babalese embassy. We're looking into the Allebahstian embassy next. Doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Kind of goes. What's up? Ambassador Palaeno, I am in your debt.
It's mine to you, my friend. I only ask you, please bring money to the justice.
I will, Ambassador. On my honor.
You really hate my hearing. I know there much, but I know I'm going to be all hand.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? That's quite alright.
Oh, well, how about you?
Oh, sick. I can make my own money with this. And what exactly is it?
It's fine.
So this is Babali's ink.
We made it from the works of the land, which is my story, man. And you can work for hours in the world.
How fortunate for me. The ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. Oh, so he did it.
Good, wonderful. I don't see any way with you. I think you're going to try it. If you are, I'm not going to have to.
Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. Well, shall we get going? You didn't talk to us! Edgeworth family assemble. What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Allebahst, so we're gonna go gather whatever info we can over in Babali's side, okay? Alright. Do I get to play as Gumshoe? I'm counting on you two. Rat, now I'm counting on you and Miss Von Karma to sniff out clues in Allebahst. I want Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? Stab him with this. Hands you the key. If you tell me, I'll rush on over straight away no matter where you are. I'll let you know when the time comes. Steel Samurai? And a dead guy? Is that the thief from Trials and Tribulations? We're standing in the room with a dead guy. Gah! Kill it now. What do you think you're doing to my subordinate? Possessed. You're Larry! Oh! Angled Larry, angled Larry, angled Larry.
Edgy! Oh, thank the heavens you're here!
That's how we knew his name when he signed his freaking autograph.
I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship.
What? The Raven, it appeared. Oh, it's still him.
The Raven, it appeared. Poof, and then disappeared. Swoosh! And though I am the Steel Samurai, my sword, Oh, I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore.
Who is this fruitcake? Damn.
I'm Larry of the House of Butts, married man at Neo Old Tokyo. M'lady.
Larry, no. Now I remember. This person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes. Oh, yeah. He was I saw a ghost fly over the bridge. Yes. Frighteningly enough, he is.
Hey, what's with that answer? Your best bud's in a bind and you act like it's no big deal?
What sort of bind are we talking about here?
The suspect kind. Again. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder. Again.
I see. That's quite the bind. Well, see ya. Not that we're in the least bit surprised. Yeah, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. If something smells, it's probably your mother. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he's been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T right here in River City.
Hey, what kind of introduction is that? That's right. I read your thoughts. I know all. You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends going down by one.
That was uncalled for. Besides, wait, hold on. Larry, it was you? You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph?
Huh? Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you through my headpiece, and I went, wink.
What's going on, and why are you beet red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Sorry, am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Ding. It's a visual novel, dick. Uh-huh. So this is the incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who had snuck into this embassy, Master Mask II. Master Mask II. Oh no, that one guy, Ron. Someone else is Master Mask? What's happening? Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. Alright, no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder.
Good. Keep thinking that, Edgy. Keep thinking that.
Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing.
Shifu, we've identified the victim.
Good work. I'll take the report now. Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor, don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lang... Hey, the guy! Gumshoe's mentor. Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah, yes, of course. You let the detective see the file. You're Detective Bad. You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, Detective. You weren't expecting me. Ever since that day 7 years ago, I have chased after the Yatagarasu nonstop. The city, I hear her screams. I even pressured Interpol to keep me in the loop in case a card was ever found. What incredible dedication to the case. Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's MO very well, and his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? Ally? He's leading the parade, bub. My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If he can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him. Sorry, I'm in your debt, Detective Bad. Yeah, I know. About the murder of Damas II, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details? When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damas II, he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. Am I supposed to... And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room? What exactly was that man placed on... Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai? He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he is completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. What a shitty police practice that would be. Tonight, here at the Embassy, Ambassador Allebahst was going to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed. But keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats for the guests who had been called to sit in them were empty. No-show. Who was it that failed to take their seat? My dad. He was supposed to see me give my monologue at the play, The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted at a different location than his assigned room at that time. And where was he? He was on the roof with one of his legs down a chimney. What? That chimney leads directly into this room. Larry Butts, you've really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. My bad. Yep, I think he's dead. So this is the victim, Damas II. What is with this gaudy outfit? Oh, that's right, you weren't in that. You don't know about Mask Damask? A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while, but their MO and targets were different. Damas likes high-value trinkets and jewels and being gaudy at his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Damas. That's all right. All I'd probably hear are tales of his failure anyway. Rude, ma'am. Huh, you haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? I won't rest on a note. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. Put some lemon juice on the back. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. Huh? There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Primidux statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? That someone wanted him to steal the Primidux statue in this room. If I had to guess from the text, I would say this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is this person that requested the theft of the Primidux statue? Angry Hat. I thought that Damas had quit the business. This guy, he's just a copycat using the name, a phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashinau? Sorry. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy's the real Damas II. The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. Seems that he was struck with something very hard. I think it's 11 o'clock. Ah, shit. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. So this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What'd you expect? It's Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. And we all know which one's Steel Samurai Daddy's primary weapon. I only call it a secondary because although he uses a sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight. Uh-huh. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. The owner of the sword is the Steel Samurai. Or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent. There's not a single shred of fashion sense in Damas' costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know? You could buy this costume almost anywhere now. It's being sold? Since when? Since around New Year's. Streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Damas is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. Some sort of symbol now. Can't believe that foolish fool would dress in fool's clothing to act foolishly. Get your point about 3 foolishes back, Franziska. You're not getting a catchphrase. Your catchphrase is whip sound or hand gesture. Is that we good? I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Damas II used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was he was out to steal. I think we're good. Yuck. Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about.
Hey, how about that? I got a few things I gotta ask you too. So, didn't get to save the date yet. How'd that go?
He ate the ring. It's a long story. What is it?
It's like both you and him. How's it the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? And like, it's a waste. You guys are together, so it's like, share the hotties or share your relationship. You know what I mean? Larry Butts is getting lonely.
Oy vey.
And Franzi, what about that promise you made to me?
Promise? What promise?
The one where you said you would model for my next book? Franzi's...
Did I block this part out of my memory? Oh, because I know he used to be a painter.
That you would model for my next book, Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip? Yes! Yow!
I made no such promise. Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, you should probably check into that. When something smells, it's usually the butts. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Laurice Dunim now?
That's Dunim, Laurice Dunim. Get that straight in your head, Edgy. And get it gay. Dow.
Now I remember. You're that rude, pale imitation of a real artist.
No, you got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Laurice business. Besides, when Bangelina left me and my heart in pieces, this was my last resort. That's when Mindy walked into my life.
Oh, Mindy was my dog's name.
She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. And I figured I could through this Steel Samurai outfit.
Your inane blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet. I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as the Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the art of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. That feels like a borderline yikes.
You got it. I knew you'd know what I meant, Edgy.
Not really. It's not so much as I understood, but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight.
Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too. All right, confession time. Here's what I got. My fellow samurai will tell you I'm a terrible shot.
Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. He's too stupid, Your Honor. However, we are talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience has taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event.
Edgy, how can you be so mean, stabbing me with your words like that? Dude, you'd be in jail right now, and the killer of your father would be out on the streets doing more corruption if it wasn't literally for me. Hell, you should be called Larry Butts, Ace Okay Guy. I'm really good at being just an okay dude. I am the okayest man. How can you stab me with your words like that?
Unfortunately, I don't have the time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. No more truth locks today, so I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know.
Okay, get it. Just stop Franzi from whipping me from behind. Tell her to whip me from the front. Ow! So I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy?
I can't even begin to imagine. However, I imagine that whatever you were up to is probably beyond my imagination. So you will tell me what exactly you did, Larry.
Nope, not yet. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips.
Yes, destroy him. A lot more. Damn it, once he starts to like it, I become powerless. Confess, now.
Ooh. Okay, well, I was up on the roof. Sounds crazy, no?
And why exactly were you up there?
You know, that wintry custom and the legendary hero. I was Tevye.
Legendary hero?
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Santa Claus?
I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed up one of the chimneys, and I tried to find some magic in an old silk hat I found, and then I was jingling some bells, then I was running through the snow, and then it was cold outside, and there was a baby, and then it got really quiet that night, and then I started rocking around a tree.
And?
Well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up.
Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus Cover your ears, chat. Does not exist, right?
Of course I know. I did graduate from junior high, you know.
Then you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Edgeworth was one of those kids who set up traps for Santa. Oh, man. All right, chat, you can pay attention again now.
Ah, crud.
It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as a prime suspect in this murder. We kill people for impersonating Santa in this country.
Come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa?
Let's start with the fact that it will be the Ides of March in a matter of hours. Santa only visits homes on December 24th. Almost Christmas or Christmas. That's in December, you nitwit.
No!
Hardly even the beginning of Christmas season isn't Christmas.
Hey, wait a sec. We're not in court.
Murder weapon. Larry, about that samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon.
Oh, that. Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know.
Yes, apparently you did.
And, well, I totally forgot about it. Left it behind when I left afterwards. You want to talk about shock? I was the most shocked of all when I heard it killed someone. Shocked?
Foolish fool, looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. Ugh, you forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale? Sorry, Miss Von Karma, but he is that dumb. I believe him for being stupid. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry.
Edgy, you believe me. Oh, and you called me a genius, too. I just know that our friendship is something special. Way better than Nick's. Don't tell him I said that, though. You know, just in case you're busy and I get accused of murder again. Kind of like keeping both sides of my pocket. It's almost like I own the system from within.
Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name, which means I'll have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Can I make them kiss? Do I only have one? There's the weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts, my foolish hearts, to the Babahabali's knives, which means that the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Kahoshin. I won't rest till I've inspected everything. Okay. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect these are the There we go. The blades of these knives should match the... One of the knives is missing its blade! Bum, bum, bum. Thumbnail face. Should angry. There we go. Half of my thumbnail faces are me hitting my leg on my desk. Fun fact. One of the knives is missing its blade. Let's see if the two pieces of the blade and handle fit each other. Oh my god, they kiss! Well, they do more than kiss. It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly, just like me and Phoenix Wright. This means that an Allebahst knife did find its way into the ball. But how? It's the Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the Samurai Spear.
Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny, just like my heart. Comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam.
You'll do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? Not entirely convinced the spear is up to the task.
What's wrong, Edgy? You're staring off into the distance. Hello? Edgy? Edgy? Buddy? Phoenix Wright's making out with the Steel Samurai.
What? Pixar didn't happen. Does it match my fan art?
You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? This one's mine.
Will you really? Did I say anything about wanting one? Come on, man. That'd be cool. You could put it in your office. Maybe I could shut him up if I show him the piece of evidence that will point something out about the spear. Huh? The fact that the sword killed him? Do I have it yet? What? I don't have it yet? I do. Oh, it looks different in the drawing? What happened to the spear, bud? The spots sound connected to the evidence, I hope. This drawing is of Pyramid Head. Larry, about this spear. Oh, you feeling it? Bam! I thought that there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me, or is the spear a bit bent?
Well, what? No way. It's exactly as it should be.
I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now take a good look at this which you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape.
Ah!
What do you have to say to that?
I'm sorry. When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. Like I could kill a man. And then during practice I was spinning it around, and bam! It hit the wall. The window. To the wall. To the wall.
Ugh. You unbelievable. This is an embassy.
But I've always been like that. Ever since I was a kid. Baby, I was born this way. One time, on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I'm just a useless hot-blooded man.
Larry, clarify that for me, will you?
I'm a useless man.
No, the other part.
Okay, so it was some field trip, and I began to shadow fight with myself.
No, not that. I know what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall.
Oh, that. It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything.
It's not why I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around could cause it to bend.
Man, Edgy, you're so naive.
What? Where'd that come from?
Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear, but it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it. Ha, idiot. Steel samurai is not even real. There's no such thing as Japan, because it's hollow on the inside. You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend.
Is that so?
Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality's cute.
I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth. That's not friendship, it's humiliation. Samurai Spearhead to the organizer. Why does that tree have a face? What is that plant? What is that plant supposed to be? Franziska, can't you see that it's supposed to be the likeness of Ambassador Alba? Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month. You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that. Do not fuck with his money. He has very few rules, and that is one of them. I can spot absolutely no difference between this Primidux statue and Babal's. The statue's face looks a bit like that costumed hero you like so much. I only wonder why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of face. Oh, that's right. We're American, but we work in this other country right now. And Franziska went to Germany. Right. Haha. Ramen, I think you mean hamburgers? The statue wasn't made by an American. At least, I don't suppose so. 'Twas not born in the USA, I see. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there are no whips on display here. Franziska has a crossbow in the next game. I can run. Outside. Ride with me. The person shaking hands with the Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. It was taken just before the murder. The Steel Samurai must be very popular. They're even using the National Treasure as backdrop. I just don't understand what exactly is so great about Top Knot there. What? Huh. Clearly there is a depth to the show. The young... Oh, is that what you call samurai hair? Clearly there's a depth to this show that a young person like you can't fathom. Fucking me. Edgeworth is me. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience of the show? Of costume actors? Whoa, what the fuck are you about to say? Tread lightly. Animation is for everyone. Good job, chat. Oh my god. Oh my butt. Don't shame him. He's gone through a lot. Okay? Sometimes they can have really deep themes and you can make a connection to them even if they're shallow as shit. Aren't young children the target audience of the show of costume actors? Oh, do I have to talk to people still? You did some investigating over there in the Babalese embassy too, right? I did. Is there a problem? Lang Ji says a wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once. I believe the idiom you require is he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither. Heh, a real wolf can catch both. I see. So what are you trying to say? Seeing as how I am currently handling 2 cases. Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you. Well, that was fucking rude. Yeah, nothing can kiss. Am I missing anything? Really? Oh, those are cute. 2 gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have an equally as lovely name. They're called the Booger Fart Menard flower. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers. A beautiful name. That's a rather unusual name. It was named by a priest in the 15th century for the... Boo! Boo! Those flowers are canceled. Burn. Burn those flowers. They're called Deadpool and Wolverines. The flowers to always be named after the highest grossing rated R movie in the worldwide box office. As they say, you learn something new every day. Is that it? It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't see anything unusual about it. No matter how hard you try, he'll never be a necessity in our Shifu's investigation. Is that a fact? No matter how good he is, he's bound to overlook something. If you insult our Shifu, then prepare to be punished. Oh, and how exactly would you punish us? Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation. We'll be really annoying. Vindictive much? I showed Larry the spear drawing. Yeah. Counterpart to the Babalese butterfly is the Allebahstian flower. Butterfly and flower, they're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Allebahst provides honey to Babao? Franziska, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Boom, how about that? Very well then, let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that that flower provides. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Miss Von Karma? Your explanation took so long, I nearly fell asleep. Let's continue the investigation. Why can't you just admit I had something there? What's that? Uh-huh. There was the exact same statue sitting... I looked at it, though. It's the Primidux statue, it's national treasure. It's also one of those statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. Both Allebahst and Badal claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Okay. There's something I need to deduce about the statue? Yes. Okay. I'm assuming the other statue. Oh, the photo. Look at this photo and tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy in the ambassador's face as she shakes that. Why does top not sound rude? It feels rude. Is that just another term for samurai?
No, it's like a hairstyle.
Yeah, but like when you say you're just referring to the hair. Okay. That's weird. That's just such a weird phrase. That feels so rude. Oh, you doing it right now to show me?
Yeah, like sometimes when I wear my hair like this.
Oh. That doesn't look anything like that.
Well,
That's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in this photo is facing a different way. You're right. This statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or a secretariat level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched the statue around the time of the crime. Oh my god, it was Larry. Larry touched the national treasure. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. Huh? That's... what frighteningly spherical large titties you have. Yo, Pink Princess! How you doing? Still feeling ill? I'm pregnant! And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Allebahst embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Are you also a character I know? Is small. Did Maya get a day job? Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you would please answer. Wendy Oldbag, let's go! Oh, Christ, this is going to hurt my voice so much. Me! Damn, she gets 2 appearances in this game? Also, yeah, those costume boobies are silly. Oh, so this must be what they call fate. How could this happen 2 days in a row? What the? Aren't you Miss Oh, I was about to say, is Larry trying to get with Oldbag? Finally. Someone at least older than him. Aren't you Miss Oldbag? Why are you so surprised? So you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now. You're an acquaintance with Larry? Why, yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? You should know that. You've given him a Steel Samurai before. I guess I misjudged you, Edgy Poo. You misjudged him. I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know. That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Poo. I'd chase you forever to the ends of the earth. This hurts. Well, isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Franziska and I actually see eye to eye. Eye to eye. It's because Franziska wants to be a maid of honor at a wedding, so she wants Edgeworth to be with Phoenix really, really bad. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewaterland as the Pink Badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios before a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you? Apparently the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. So it happened so suddenly they called me in to be a last-minute replacement. I mean, I'm happy for Miss Oldbag's double cameo, but I wish it had gone to someone else, because it's fun to see the characters come back like this. The art style is slightly different, you get different angles, and then the fun costumes and stuff. Do they not have enough people on staff at the studio? I really couldn't say no, so here I am playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, I mean, she's not exactly to be the stand-in. I know the doll in the audience is in an uproar. Oh my god. Then a bunch of simpletons. You're a rather lively old lady. So basically, you received the stand-in request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look. It appears that she is telling the truth. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. Da-ding. It's a letter from a stalker. Oh, he wrote Mindy, but it looks like Wendy. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room. Oh shit, I didn't get a chance to read it. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Jesus Christ, Larry. I'm gonna get you from behind. Descending on you from above. Huh. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think he'd get my name right. There's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe, huh? Where do I factor into this? You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo? Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing I'm gay. Letter from a stalker. Jotted down my organizer. What were you doing at the time of the crime? What crime? What? After the show was over, I've nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me. If you could please not cling on to my personage, respect his personal space. I like to think Franziska just kind of like, nyeh. He doesn't like being touched by strangers. In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech. Oh, that. I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. Always the crone, am I right? As soon as the show ended, my hip started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to the embassy. I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. There's a puppy! Everyone shut up! Prosecutor Von Garba! I've brought the police dog as you requested, sir. Good work. You may leave now, officer. The boy! Is it Rocket or Missile? What was his name? Missile. Look at him! Oh! Franziska doesn't even need the dog. She's just like, check out the perks I could do, man. Hey, we need a canine unit. This dog. I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Yatagarasu. That's him. Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. That's him. Woof. Him. Point. It's Missile. Oh, it's his little picture. Look at him. He's just a little guy. Oh, he's the best boy. You're a real cutie, aren't you? That's a good boy. As the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. Think its name is Missile. Everyone knows it's Missile right away. Everyone who matters. What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve this case for us, you know. Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go.
Yes, ma'am. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Dig, 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 dig. Look, I found a written confession and a videotape of what happened and everybody's fingerprints. Did I do good? Did I do good?
Good talk. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone, I checked the fireplace. Now, what do we have here? A samurai hot dog! Or a samurai dog or whatever. He's a good boy. Wait, Franziska, isn't that an official samurai dog? Meh. Oh, his teeth. Meh. No, bad missile. Ugh, he ate it. I wonder if it's all right for him to eat that. It's just meat substance snack featuring the steel samurai. I'm sure it'll be fine.
There wasn't any grapes on there, was there?
That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance. You should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place. Huh? It looks like that snack was an all missile found. Oh, and what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing. Well, you know, whatever. I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. I don't see any, oh, what are they called? Spanx. I don't see any, Spanx. I don't see any glam. I don't see a wig. I don't think that's what happened here, Franziska. It's more than just a single piece of clothing. What? So every single night when you wear a man's cut hoodie, are you a cross-dresser now? Get out of here. Dog comes back. Wait a minute. Makeup, sponges, booby pasty thingies. Wait a minute. She might have been onto something. Samurai dog in a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. Suppose we should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. Oldbag? Because she said she went to the fire with her hip?
Hi. Woof.
He was such a bigger help than I thought he would be. Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found. In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation. All right, I will. It is with great dread that I proceed and do what I must to solve the case.
Look at him. He's just a little guy. Huh? Walkies? We go for walkies now? Did I do good? Did I do good? I'm animated. Look. Look. I'm breathing. There. I did it. I'm breathing.
Definitely this. Smoke from the chimney and Oldbag using the fireplace. There is no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is, smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connecting to this fireplace. At least according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? Sounds crazy, no? There's testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? I see. So what you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you're implying? Precisely. Oh, now I just have one thought again. You can hear it rattling around in my brain. I'm assuming this is Oldbag's shirt, right? Yeah. Present. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt. Oh, Wedgie Poo, what is the meaning of this? Ding. Why'd you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask. I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like. Nah. Thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene. What? Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? I know nothing, I tell you. What? Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt, but I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know. Wearing the pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect. You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room? Of course I am. If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this. Another tabloid's missing, they're missing. So when you get married, I guess I'm proposes that. Deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days. Well, wait, you were there for the proposal incident? When Phoenix ate the ring? That man. That's why he had to take a break and do a spin-off game. He needed a minute. I don't believe she's lying about her actions, so I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. I assume the samurai dog was also yours? That brilliant mind of yours, you really can't see through everything about me. So the feeling of dread continues. I suppose I should ask for more details. What's in a samurai dog? That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy poo. If you could just stick to what I asked you. Edgy, are you? In Miss Oldbag? No. Larry, you were at the engagement announcement. What are you talking about? Well, I don't know. Haven't seen him wear the ring yet, because he ate it, Larry. Oh. Again? You're the best. Jesus, this is like 3 times now. You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke anyway? That samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio at the embassy. A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them, hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff, as per your instructions? Edgy, don't just ignore me my question. Aren't you going to stick up for me? About that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were, the samurai dogs, just sitting there on the dressing room floor. Suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kid's show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good, I couldn't stop. It's like they put chemicals in them. Addictive chemicals. Nicotine. Listerine. Glycerine. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to have a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming and eating them, I thought, this is... I choose to plead the fifth. What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, Edgy Poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Oh, sick. Well, I don't have to bring home dinner to my fiance now. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Hold on, everyone. I'm having a thought. Hooray! They kiss. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Bark, bark. Yes, you're a good boy. Why are you getting all excited over holding on to a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth. I can't be... Am I going to be a maid of honor at that wedding or not? If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. They're just standing there. There is an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. Oh my god! What in the... The wall separating the room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there's nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. We now know that the fireplace connects that to the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as Damas II's killer now, are you? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damas II's murder.
Ha! Investigation done. Outside time?
Just cut and you can see him panting. It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well. If you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me.
Good. Counting on you, Edgy.
Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is.
My lie?
I know that there is still something you are keeping from the rest of us.
What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you. I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world.
Jesus, Larry, shut up.
And throw everything into mass confusion. That's right. I was the Zodiac Killer.
Ha. You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you.
Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know.
Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I'll never forgive you. Hey, Edgy. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this.
All right, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, what I thought was gonna happen, what I theorized might happen. The works.
Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight.
Up on the rooftop, click, click, click.
I liked that. Like, it's annoying that, like, after all we've been through, he still won't tell him the truth right away, but I liked Edgeworth kind of reminding him of that. Like, dude, like, what bothers me is lying and holding up the courts. Just fucking tell the truth, man. You know how much faster this shit could be if you just went, hey, here's what happened. We'd all trust you. And then you can kill.
After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. And I met the president, again. After that, until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try.
You know what? I believe you. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore.
But it's kind of ultra embarrassing.
And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me?
Edgy, ma'am. I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. You're just gonna have to reason it out of me. I like the attention, okay?
Oh my god. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention to, and I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter.
Up on the rooftop, beep, beep, beep.
Press or present?
You are going to press.
I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into... I'm assuming the Santa Claus line. Yeah.
I wanted to play Santa.
Hold it!
Wait. You suddenly wanted to play Santa?
Oh, well, actually,
I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down... Oh, that's right. He was Santa at Gourd Lake. That was down at Gourd Lake. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Valid, King. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being childhood friends, huh? Dude, his dad's dead. Shut your mouth. Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. I feel like it is, actually, in some places. Like, you can't just be Santa. Right? That's got to be a rule. Like, if maybe it's like a random like town law or a state law or something. That's got to be a law. Because personally, I don't think you should be allowed to put up holiday stuff until at least like after Veterans Day. Minimum. You have the 12th of November until like the 3rd of January. That's the holidays. September 1st until Veterans Day is Halloween time. That's fall things. You know? You guys want the holidays to expand so bad? Fine. You get the one that's coated in blood that ironically isn't a part of Halloween. I would argue let's expand Halloween to Thanksgiving. Learn from our histories. Huh? But y'all can have that. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney after all. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa's a big deal? Yes. It's weird. That something's missing. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean. Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. I was delivering a present to a child not basking in the warm glow of love. What? That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie. You know, you sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that? In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present unto was most certainly this. Meaning, oh my god, we never saw the second Mask to Mask's face. I'm assuming he wanted to deliver to the Pink Princess, so I don't think he meant it to be Oldbag, but Oldbag.
Take that!
Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see Miss Oldbag so much that I tried to go down a chimney. Ow! I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. That fact is best summed up with this standing request. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Bindi, was it again? Seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. But that's not true, Edgy. Ta-ding. She's the one with the hots. For me. Put that in the court record. What, this isn't a court, Larry. Ah, shit. I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beams! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiot, cowardly apparition of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met. Franziska's disappointed. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes? This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. Suppose you could put it that way? Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? Do-do-do-do-do. To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Bindi had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure. Hey, Edgy,
Looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. Did I pronounce that right? Holdit? Court?
But we're not in court at the moment.
Shut up! See what's going on here? And it looks like what you do in court.
He's onto us. He's breaking the meta. Larry's becoming too powerful. Run! I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Lang Shi says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything's out in the open, which is why I'll listen.
All right, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits. What is the sound of one hand clapping?
Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? Larry's ass.
So you think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa, climbed up to the chimney, the smoke was really thick, and it was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then to top it all off, it became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But what? Why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Like, hey, someone say something!
Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this not as a confession, but as testimony?
What if I am? Something wrong with that? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that?
So it was you. You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's holy as long as Edgy Poo earlier. Love for my dear Edgy Poo. Stay completely true to my Edgy Poo.
I'm so inspired.
You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. I wish their age gap was a little smaller, because after the 5th time she's whipped him and insulted him, I'm like, and I hope they end up together now. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point.
What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy.
Proof?
Remember? Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right?
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry? But I understand what your point.
Yeah, see? Totally a pro at this now. I've been accused of murder a few times, and I've seen a couple too, and they never once offered me any therapy. All right, back to repressing.
Very well, if you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. Larry's ass. Why would I put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? It's the love letter, right? Or the stalker letter, sorry. But not that. Oh. Letter from a stalker?
Objection!
I thought so. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Why are you showing that thing to me?
Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
You can pretend to be ignorant all you'd like, but it's written right there. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. What part of this letter shows the name? Or the accent? Just the name, I guess.
Take that!
Do both. Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
What? What the heck? Hey, speak English!
You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing.
There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. Oh, ow. For punching. But that'll have to wait until we're out of this crime scene. I'm not allowed to punch you while I'm on duty, not anymore.
Yeah, Hedgie, save me from the scary man. No, he looks like the bad guy from Balto.
Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
That wasn't me.
Come again?
It's a fake. Someone's out to get me. So they made that fake letter to send me
Accept your defeat graciously.
But you guys are being so mean.
Penmanship analysis. What's that?
What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter.
I don't ever write another thing in my life.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight, for you've already... Oh my god. Wake up. You've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. The Steel Samurai's autograph. This is why they train mascots to have a certain signature thingy, which I think is weird. Stamp it. Who cares? They look different. This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough.
Sorry, just doing some sex thrusts. It helps me think.
Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure.
I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head. So edgy.
See, he finally confesses.
I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, all right. I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy.
Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney? What a criminally overactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way, she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying that sentiment.
I'm really, really sorry.
Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me. Because at the very least, I could attest to that about you.
Edgy, you're...
We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you.
Ow!
In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butt sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, but for access to Mindy. Good one, Fran. But to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor, although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. It was a long time ago. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any fun ideas about running off, okay?
Oh, ow? What? Edgy, what does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet?
He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can't rely on the words of the suspect, after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night, but the bloodstained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there's no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite.
Edgy, that guy. He looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. Like, it's kind of freaking me out.
I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final boot. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you got. I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon, but the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble, but this is one game I can't afford to lose. I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damas II. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room. I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's odor. The suspect, Larry, was here too. isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse somebody simply on the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you? If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? He just fucking takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, fisticuffs, bitch. Pulls out an actual Hamilton, like pistol. You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. Da-ding. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. Bud, remember all the falsified evidence that you would either be forced to or willingly slightly alter in certain ways? Bud? Apparently that was barely a year ago. Bud.
Come on, I can't think up something as complicated as that, right, Edgy?
Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality very well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being, meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. Why, Larry? All right. Press or present?
You are going to.
Thanks. I was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Clearing red and offering up a scent of blood. Oh, beside him, not in him. Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. Beside him was the samurai sword, covered in the victim's blood. I suspect he beat the victim to death with that thing. Do we know? Yeah, there's no autopsy report. There never is anymore.
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh, the spear. Larry hit it against the wall and bent it. It's the weapons are hollow. You can't beat somebody with a hollow weapon. Shut your mouth. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? It's a long spear, right? We used to have those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down, mowing. Spears are the weapons of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. We know the whip is your thing, Franziska. It's okay. Your identity is safe. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. So what's your point? You gonna tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent. Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the insides of the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there is not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? He did it again. He did his Wakanda Forever. I know it's supposed to be like a Street Fighter block, but it does. It looks like he's doing Wakanda Forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish they make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move.
Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him. I didn't get to see the authentic performance. I'll never get to truly experience the... Focus. Right, because he loves Steel Samurai. Ouch! That's more than enough from your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, so all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. I'm a flawless king of prosecutors. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. It wasn't real! Why do they still look up to him? Are we going to address that ever? What win streak? He fabricated these. He's probably got a win streak of like 3 somewhere in there. Recount. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. That may be your opinion. However, I don't believe that's all we are. The ding? As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. The perfect cast. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet as I fall into the river to be saved on a winter's night in the mountains, but if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor, but you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damas II without bending it. No. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? What you need? Of course, what I need is evidence. Even he can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. Just punch him. Ow! It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon? No. How long do you tend to cling on to that? How long do you tend to cling on to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we've left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That the only place inside the embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword. You don't find that weird? You left no stone unturned? Is that a fact? If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. So I was just gonna... press or present? Okay. I'm gonna say blood.
Hold it!
Because I do find it... I know it's... They have to limit it, right? Because it's a video game. Doesn't that sound weird to you that you only found the victim's blood on the sword, not the ground or the wall? The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword? That's right, even with luminol. Which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Do I have a prop? Yep. Yes, I do. You know blood goes other places than just the weapon, right? I need you to know this. If you believe that there is no other door or possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you. Huh. And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. Ha ha ha. The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course, because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in the investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games. I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. Oh, would the statue be the murder weapon? Because they wouldn't be allowed to touch it, but it was moved. Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real murder weapon that killed Damas II. What exactly is it? The real murder weapon, which not a single person has yet to touch. Wait, that's... fuck. Right, it's the Allebahst Primidux statue. Because there's also the picture. Yeah, thank you. I just needed to double check that.
Take that!
I'm a genius. The national treasure. Put some lemon juice on the back and apply heat. The national treasure of Allebahst. You mean the Primidux statue? Yes, and you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct? Ha ha ha. You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Allebahst and the Republic of Babal. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined. All right, Lang, you can take a look at this.
Yeah, take a look at that for me.
The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there's only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue.
Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. Shifu, please, let's be rational.
Gah. Lang Ji says, go already.
Yes, sir. He had to tell you like 4 times. If someone told me to move the statue or to go get the guy to move the statue, I would have done it the first time. Anyway, whatever. Do I get to go outside now? Was I a good boy?
I love him. Little missile. Oh, I want one.
Shifu,
Yeah?
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Primidux statue.
That's sus. I see. Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. You may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. What? Hot. But what about causing an international incident? Quiet. I'll take the fall if I have to later. Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take responsibility, let it be me. Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. All right, then. Less talk and more investigating. Now I have to commit a war crime? If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run a luminol luminescence test on the statue. And this guy just shows up.
Hello. I'll commit that war crime.
Luminol test. Good thinking. If the statue's the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get the forensics team in, or we can just spray it ourselves and shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means this is the real weapon that killed Damas II. The second, indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. Doesn't prove he didn't kill Master II, so the charge remains. We are hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. I think so. Okay, then, knock yourself out. Oh, God. Chat, don't look. I've committed a crime. Oh, hi. There we go. Ooh, checked out your dress. Skirt. Thing. Nah. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge looks like a handprint. Ha 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 ha. What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing here? Looks like we've got some fingerprints to analyze. Grant. Worst case scenario, those prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensics guy, I want results on these fingerprints ASAP, you hear me?
Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir.
Good, and?
Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Babalese embassy? The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Cochin, sir.
But that's... What's going on around here? No, that's impossible. Each Primidux statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. Yeah, I was going to say that they were swapped. The statue is actually Babal's Primidux statue. Impossible. It cannot be.
Hi, Wakanda forever.
Larry never once set foot on Babalese soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an Allebahst knife in Babal, and Damas II was killed on Allebahstian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. Oh my god. Yes. Oh, man. How far are we right now?
It's about halfway.
Are we?
Yeah.
Do you think we could do another chunk in 40 minutes? I just don't want Monday to go long.
I think this is a good spot based on from what I can see.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because the next one starts a whole new investigation.
Oh, does it? Okay. Do you think we'd be able to get the rest of it done on Monday?
For sure.
For sure. All right. Then I guess we'll end it here. Man. I still get confused when to deduce, and sometimes I completely forget about the logic mind palace stuff. But I still have a lot of fun doing these. I hope this one flows a little better, because it even happened just now where it was like someone died over here and someone else died over here, and there's the fake Yatagarasu running around that's tied to the flashback case, and I'm like, oh yeah, that. I hope it starts to tie those loose ends together and wrap up nicely on Monday. But I don't know, it's fun. It's also, I don't know, it's nice not really having theories, although I already kind of have a couple of suspicious thoughts. One of them is, like, I thought it was interesting when it was like, wait, victim number 1's fingerprints are on this. I think it would be kind of cool if, like, there's, because it's already a case with 2 bodies. That's pretty unique for Phoenix Wright stuff. I think it would be interesting if we have to more focus on solving one of the 2 crimes. I don't know. I like the idea. I feel like you could have also done this without it being an international conflict. Like, this could have been maybe even like an international, like, embassy, like, suite, and like the fireplace little escape tunnel thing. It's like for emergencies or something like that. So I'm interested to see how that's going to kind of tie in. But I guess that's what kind of makes it an international thing. And that's why Lang is there. And that's what brings Franziska into the fold. So I don't know. I'm interested to see if that's going to play a bigger part towards the end. Surprisingly, like almost 0K Faraday, which is a huge bummer because after doing the whole prequel trial the other day and just getting like destroyed emotionally, I wanted to see everyone start to interact a little more. But I also liked getting, especially Larry, but I also liked getting Wendy back, although I do kind of feel the same way where I'm like, there's only been so many cameos in this game. It's weird to double up with Wendy Oldbag, but I'm also like, who else? Except for Phoenix, I'm like, who else talks to Edgeworth that much? That would make sense to show up in these. And I can't think of too many. Because it hasn't been that long. Lana Sky is still in prison. Which sucks. Fly High Queen. I don't know. I'm definitely enjoying it. It's just weird stopping a case midstream like that because I'm like, my mind's kind of racing. I hope this is a good spot because, yeah, I do hate cutting it off like kind of more mid-thought, and then I'm like, I don't remember where anything is anymore. So, yeah, this is kind of, the case has been turned upside down. Da-da-da-da. I don't know. I hope people are enjoying these. I definitely am. I'm sorry that I was very yawny today. Robeson, thank you for the 5. Did I? I was just saying that, like, I don't feel like I did a good job. It was weird that I was yawning so much. But thank you for the 5, Robeson. And thank you for lying and saying I did a good job. Thank you for the donation. And thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I don't know. Consider donating if you can or becoming a member. Like I said, there's going to be some member streams coming up soon. Members help me pick games. We do, like, the showcase streams and stuff like that. So consider donating, becoming a member if you want, or picking up merch or donating at thethirdbill.com. Thank you again, Choose You 2 and Robeson, for donating tonight. Thank you to the channel members. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Go back to chat. Now back to chat. There you go. I hope everybody had fun. I don't know why I was like yawning so much today. Like, I know that's usually it comically it's supposed to illustrate when you're tired, but it's you trying to reset your breath because you're trying to pay attention. Like you're focused. Yeah. It's about resetting your breath. It's a misconception that it shouldn't be scientifically, it shouldn't be seen as rude. But like I was like really yawning and like kind of gunky, but I don't know. I hope people still have fun with this. I'm glad I picked the voices I did because really the only one that's like really ramming my voice right now is Oldbag. But like I'm trying to cling more to the voices that I know won't wear me out. Cause yeah, it was the like that voice. I thought it was just some random guy who was escorting Franziska into the room. Maybe he'd come back later and be like the bellboy who saw a thing, but no, he's important. And I gave him the voice. So like I said, if he ends up being the killer and he has like an evil Sona, he pulls back his bangs and he has a scar over his eyes, he'll have an evil guy voice. That's my compromise. He spoke a lot. I don't know. I hope people are having fun. As much as I'm looking forward to getting back to spooky season and preparing for Silent Hill stuff and all that, I am also very, very excited to see how the game ends. It's been really interesting so far. I was kind of hoping, and maybe we can still get this a bit, I was kind of hoping for this to feel like, I feel like the novelty of playing as Edgeworth and the game trying to figure out how to keep things similar but out of the courtroom, which I think they did a good enough job with. I think that's still the focus and the novel concept. I thought this was going to be more like story exploration, more character moments. Because I said it at the end of the last stream when we did Turnabout Reminiscence. It was so huge to see Gumshoe doing all of that. And it's like, this is a character like, you know, he's rough around the edges at first, but he seems to be a nice, doofy guy. And by the end of like the second, and like he helps you at the end of the first game because like you're defending Edgeworth. And then at the end of the second game, he's helping you track down Shelly the Killer, the worst name. And by the time you get to the third game, he's like basically part of the family. He's there for your celebrations. And then like seeing him just do something so profoundly like open and kind and generous, like it was just incredible to see like this other layer to his character. Same with Franziska a little bit. But I feel like she's the character who has stagnated the most. And I want her and Edgeworth to have a conversation about, like they kind of started to, like my goal is to find the truth. I want them to talk about Von Karma a little more. I want to feel her grow a little more as a person. As funny as it was to have her return being, oh, you're going to pretend to be a defense attorney? Oh, I won't tell anyone because I'm going to fight you in court. As funny as that is, I'm like, I want to see her character turn to that next page. Or a little bit more with the overall story. Because I thought, speaking of Shelly the Killer, I think he's on the cover art for this. And I guess he still could. Maybe he's in the second one. But I thought Shelly the Killer was going to play a role in this somehow. And maybe he still could. Like, you end the game with, none of us killed him. It was an assassin. And it cuts to him drinking a cappuccino in France, and Edgeworth looks over at him and the Batman theme plays. That could still happen, but I want to feel this kind of connect either to the characters, to previous cases, or both a little more. But I do also like coming back to the fun of like, it's a Steel Samurai costume and Larry's in it. Like, I do like returning to that a little bit. Yeah, there's just a lot of potential there. And it's like, I'm already so attached and endeared to these characters in this story. I'd like to feel just a little more growth. They could still, like I said, they could still show up, but I'm like, I know it's only been like a couple of months, but for some of us, it's been like a year, 2 years. Like, I want to see like Maya and Pearl and Phoenix and, you know, a little bit more of that stuff. And maybe this just wasn't the game for that thought, because you get some of it with Franziska and Gumshoe coming back into Edgeworth's life. That's been very satisfying and fun. I just hope we get to explore some more character stuff, or tie up some, or not even tie up loose ends, like expand on some of the past case things or the Von Karma stuff. Like, it's weird to feel like he has like a cameo in the flashback where he's like, children are bad for asking you for $1 in exchange for coins. I kind of want some more of that, or Franziska kind of turning more to the light, so to speak. But I don't know. I like this being a double murder thing. I'm interested how it's going to connect to the Yatagarasu stuff. I don't know. So far it just feels like a double-decker case and not like the finale of the story. But I think the finale of the story is going to be going back to the Yatagarasu stuff by the end. Because I think that's kind of the vibe. Is it's like, well, we have to figure out these murders and also what the hell was going on with the fake Yatagarasu. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. So far, Turnabout Reminiscence is the highlight of this first game for me. Anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think. Again, remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment, share the links, consider donating or becoming a member. Analytics are super important if you want more Ace Attorney content. if not, probably not right after spooky season. I guess it just kind of depends on what we end up doing. But after spooky season, we will at some point return to do Ace Attorney 2, if that's what people want. Make some noise to let me know. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Alana, for modding. Thank you again, Choose You Two and Robeson, for donating tonight. Thank you to the channel members, patrons, and all that crap. Yeah. I don't know what's going to be the next thing on the main channel. I just kind of need to get myself in a good headspace and just kind of pick a thing and focus. This has been hard lately. And YouTube's just been so chaotic to navigate. But should be a video kind of soon, I hope. And yeah, we'll be back Monday finishing Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations, Ace Attorney Collection 1. Just like always, in the description next to my playlists, my merch store, my P.O. box, all that crap, there's also a link there to a card for social awareness, mental health, crisis science, Trevor Project resources, things like that should you or somebody need them. Remember to register to vote. Double check to make sure you're still registered to vote. Peace of mind. Doesn't cost you nothing but a minute of time to double check to make sure you're registered to vote. Yeah, be safe, be mindful of others, and remember to take care of yourselves, please.